What's up, Dunwoody? Welcome back to the podcast. It's all about Dunwoody, Georgia. My name is Matt Weber. Show is brought to you by Dr. Brett Friedman and Village Orthodontics and Discover Dunwoody. And today we've got Julia Frament on, and Julia is kind of recently with the DHA and has made a big impression, you've made a big difference in the DHA. And so wanted to have you on today and kind of talk about some of the things that are coming in the future. We can start wherever you want, I guess. How have you enjoyed the DHA thus far?
Yeah, it's nice to be back on the show.
Third time, right?
Third time, yes. What a year!
And if she looks familiar, this is Mrs. Dunwoody.
that is my other name.
Mr. Dunwoody.
Yes. So the Dunwoody Homeowners Association is an organization that has been a part of Dunwoody since well before the city was incorporated. When I first moved here,
it was the city before the city.
Exactly. And one of the things that I noticed when I first moved here about 3 years ago was this DHA sign everywhere and this homeowners association. And I thought, we don't have an HO in our neighborhood, which I prefer because I don't necessarily want somebody telling me how tall my grass or short my grass needs to be. And that's not our purpose.
See, that's what I want actually in a neighborhood. And Dunwoody North does not have that, but I want to be able to tattle on somebody for not taking care of their yard.
You can create
maybe
it.
That, I don't know. I don't think people would see me that way, but I do. Like, I would love to have an HOA. But anyway, go ahead.
That's so funny. Well, I've lived in a neighborhood with an HOA, and it's a very interesting experience. So maybe we just have a different perspective on that.
And it's funny with my real estate clients, like, people are all about an HOA or don't want it at all. There's nobody that says like, no, I don't care if I have an HOA. So anyway,
that's funny. I think it also depends, not to go down a rabbit hole, but it depends on if there are like amenities in your neighborhood. If you get certain things for it.
Oh, absolutely.
You know, something like that. Yeah. But anyway, the Homeowners Association did some research in it when I first moved here. Thought it was a cool concept and kind of followed up and kept up with it. But it really, to me, was faded in the background. And this year, they got a new president, Tim Brown, who you had at the beginning of the year as he took on his role. And he has really taken the reins of the organization and, brought in the right people to help reinvigorate and activate the DHA. And so I've really enjoyed that. One of the things, he brought me in to help with social media, membership outreach, and all of that. So it's been really fun to get to know Dunwoody in a different way. You know, I started the Instagram almost 2 years ago just because we love Dunwoody. And because of that, we've gotten to know a lot of the restaurant owners and shop owners, but primarily it's just Greg and I going and doing things in Dunwoody and being a part.
And that Instagram page is Mr. and Mrs. Dunwoody.
Yes.
Not to get me confused with the HOA.
Correct. And so since joining the Dunwoody Homeowners Association, or what we call the DHA, it's really given me a different perspective on Dunwoody, and it's pretty cool. So the DHA itself,
you learn a lot, like just being around the DHA and like going to the meetings, and you really do learn a lot, and you meet a lot of.
You've been a part of it for a long time.
People. Yeah, I've kind of half-assed the DHA. Like, some of the meetings I make, some of them I don't meet, and each president I've been like, I'm not going to be at all of them. You know, is that cool? But it is like, I feel like I've met a ton of people because of the DHA, and they do still serve a big purpose. I mean, before the city was incorporated, that was the de facto, that's the word that's always used. The de facto government was the DHA. Like, if you were going to build something, you came to the DHA and you asked for permission. And after the city's incorporated, you know, now it's a little bit different, but there's still, I mean, every business that comes to the area still talks to the DHA. So it is still very important.
Yeah, so I think kind of high level, the DHA started in 1970 and was a big part of the incorporation of the city. And the goal really is that it's volunteer driven. It's made up of neighbors working for neighbors, I think is the best way to put it. Neighbors connecting neighbors. And it's the people who are behind our biggest tradition. So the 4th of July parade, Light Up Dunwoody, and the weekly farmers market is actually put on by the Dunwoody Homeowners Association, in addition to Thursday night food trucks at Brook Run Park. And so I think the biggest thing for me is that DHA is about building connection, connecting neighbors, supporting a lot of local business, and keeping and creating the Dunwoody is to be the kind of community that we're all proud to be here. So I think that's what really drew me in. And, with our current president, he really believes in a lot of those things. And so it's something that we have been able to do a lot of brainstorming about. How do we help other people? Because what I've learned about the last 7 months since I've been doing this really is that most people don't know who the DHA are or what we do.
It's confusing. It is confusing.
There's a lot of organizations in Dunwoody. There's a lot of great organizations. They all have their own purpose. And so I think sometimes things get they run together. And so our goal kind of as we finish up this year is that DHA is kind of your starting point. You are a homeowner if you're living here in Dunwoody, right? So this is your home. So you start with the homeowner association, and we'll help you point in the right direction to wherever you're trying to go, whether it's you're looking for something with the arts, or you're looking for history, or you're looking to support merchants and tourism, whatever that is. We want to be kind of that center for you and connect you to your neighbors.
Yeah. And that's awesome. And that part, I don't think that it was missing for a long, long time. And I've been with DHA for a long time, and it is, we don't really, I think for a long time, there wasn't really a goal. The goal was like to protect the homeowners in the community, which is a great goal to have. And like, if 3 people's houses were bothered by a trail, like the city might not listen as much. And that's why they would come to the homeowners association, and the homeowners association would kind of back them, tell them what to do, that kind of thing. But you have kind of turned this into, there was no real reason for people to join the homeowners association. And I think that's what you specifically have brought to the table. And Tim really has, I got to give him credit. He's done a great job. The people that he's brought in, bringing you in was the biggest thing, I think. But he really, he tries. He has really given it his best and put a lot of effort into making it the place where people go to hear about Dunwoody. And the first, he's been there for a few months, and the first few months, like I've heard, I wasn't at this meeting, but I've heard that Sunday was the biggest meeting yet. And so the last 2 have been huge, like fill the room type of crowds, which we hadn't seen at the DHA in a while.
Yeah, I think that is huge. As we talked about what his focus is, he spent the first kind of 2 months of his, presidency, if you will, meeting with a lot of people in the community that he knew were either vocal people or people who care about the community as much as he does. And during that, I started joining him in a lot of meetings in March, and just learned so much about what people view the DHA as and what they want. And so going back to one of the things you just said, the question I constantly get is, what do I get for being a member? And the truth is, the biggest thing you get is you're contributing to these amazing events that we put on for our neighbors and our communities around us, like the parade and the farmers market and all these different great events like Light Up Dunwoody. But we also recognize that there needs to be
that's not always the best pitch.
Right.
Like,
support us. We started
Yeah.
learning that real quick.
Yeah.
So
nobody pays taxes because they want to contribute to the community.
Exactly. Which is sad because that's what I want to do, but I get it.
Yeah.
Everyone's a little different. So one of the biggest things that we have really focused on is activating the community. We're trying to be out in front of your faces more. We've changed our logo. We have, invigorated social media, kind of changed our social media strategy on our Instagram and on our Facebook. We're doing a lot of regular kind of pieces on Instagram and on Facebook a little differently. And we're also looking at changing up membership. So in the future, we're going to have 2 tiers of membership, one with, the basic perks and one with a little more advanced perks. And part of that will be, not just knowing that you're supporting the community, but also we're going to start doing more membership events. We're going to provide, hopefully by the support of a lot of our local merchants, local discounts, because we want to really support you going to your Dunwoody restaurants and Dunwoody shops, because again, that just helps all of us thrive and making sure that we have the community we want to live in. So there's going to be a lot of that synergy kind of moving forward. So the first kind of 3 months, we're really focused on listening and figuring out and strategizing. The last 3 months have really been focused on membership outreach, leading up to the parade, getting ready, doing all these summer socials, which we can talk about. And then the rest of the year will be focused on kind of our bigger events and then that membership piece, so that when we go into 2026, we really are our paint of coat, our fresh coat. Our fresh coat of paint has finally dried, and we are kind of really showcasing the tradition of what DHA has been, but speaking for who we are now.
Right. I think that was said perfectly.
Well, thank you. I practiced.
Yeah. Did you?
I say it a lot.
And there's, I guess, I don't even know where to start here. So I guess like what the DHA has never kind of collaborated with anybody. It was more of we've got the back of the community. And when it came to the events and that kind of thing, there's lots of collaboration. But as far as being a member of the DHA, like nobody really knew what that meant. And so I think that's a really good idea of having these like Dunwoody type cards where you can go to the different places, because everybody loves those.
Yeah. And it's always fun to, say I'm a card carrying member. So
a card carrying member. Yeah. Okay. So we've got the membership. We kind of talked about that, but what about the summer socials that you were talking about? Like, how does that come in?
Yeah. So far we've had 2 summer socials. We kicked off our first one at Good Vibes in the Village Dunwoody, which was a great
place to start.
So it was really fun. I personally love the H2Os. So sitting out there with my H2O, talking with people as they come in at the beginning of summer was really fun. And then this past week, we had our second one at Chapitos. So let me tell you a little bit about them, and then I can tell you about the lineup for the rest of the year. The purpose of these summer socials are twofold. One, it's just to be in the community, to remind people who we are, what we're doing, if members come by, talking with our members, hearing what they have to say, making sure that they've signed up or renewed their membership, and hopefully to bring in some new members and help them understand the benefit that we bring to Dunwoody and why being a member could be really helpful to them, because it helps them connect neighbors and also help us grow and do more great things. So it's been really a fun opportunity to talk to the community. A lot of people, as I mentioned earlier, they haven't really known who we were or what we were doing. So it's been really great to see. And it's been really fun to showcase our new tent that we had made here locally. Hayward put together our tent with our new logo. Love our new logo. And at each one, it's been really great. So as I mentioned, Good Vibes kicked us off over in Dunwoody. Then we were at Chapitos. And in August, we are going to be at Vino Venue. So really excited working with Emily, the new owner over there, on having a nice kind of extended happy hours there, where we can invite members, invite non-members, people just to come talk about DHA and enjoy Vino Venue, because it's a great restaurant. If you haven't been, highly recommend.
It is great. That's my wife's favorite meeting place for her girls.
It's great wine, obviously. In September, we're doing things a little different because we know summer will be coming to an end. So we're really excited because in September, we are going to be hosting trivia or co-hosting trivia at Dunwoody Tavern. And so we'll be there a little early to kind of be there during, as people are coming in to get ready for trivia, learn a little bit about DHA, and then we'll be kind of co-hosting trivia over at Dunwoody Tavern.
That's fun.
It'll be a lot of fun. So switching things up, that'll be on a Tuesday night, Trivia Tuesday. And then in October, as we kind of go into the fall, we'll close out our socials, and we'll be at Joey D's on the patio. So we're really excited to have hopefully a really nice fall crisp air evening. Never know with October in Georgia, but we're really excited to kind of close out these at Joey D's. We know that Tim, our president, it's his favorite restaurant. He's very close with the team over there. So they're working together on putting together a nice little event and hoping that by that one, we have more members coming, more non-members who just want to kind of learn.
Yeah. And even if you don't have the members coming, like you're there to meet other people, which is just as important. And
Right.
like it's tough to get somebody to come to a Sunday night meeting to tell you how they feel about whatever the issue is. And I hate that is the case, but we're there. Dunwoody Homeowners Association is there for people to complain to, like for people to say, this is my issue. How do I solve it? And like, that's, I guess, the overall theme to the DHA, I feel like, is to support the homeowners in the area. And so, yeah, getting in front of them
I'm glad you brought up the
is
meetings.
the best way to do it. Like, tell me how you feel.
Yeah, I'm glad you brought up the meetings because we are also taking a new approach to our meetings. So another person that Tim brought on the team is Michael Rock. And so he's another Dunwoody resident who is really interested in kind of helping reshape this kind of DHA of today. And so one initiative that he's working on is having different speakers at every meeting. So the meeting is not just kind of a rundown of the agenda, what we have coming up, and then, an airing of grievances. That's not the purpose, right? You can go to a city council meeting and speak about that, but we want to be here to support you. But really, we want to give you and provide for you substance. And so last meeting, the meeting in July, we had Andrew Ziffer, our representative for the DeKalb County School Board. And so that was kind of to kick off where every meeting we will have a speaker. So we'll be sharing soon the speaker list for the rest of the year. But that'll be our opportunity to really try to bring in more members and hopefully drive new membership because, again, we're providing something of substance for you.
Yeah. The last two, like I said, they've been packed houses because of the people that were there speaking, not because of the homeowners association. It's the people that you brought in. So make them the stars, just like the podcast, right? Hey there, dog lovers. Discover Dunwoody is showcasing all the best pet-friendly spots around the city. From parks and patios to events made just for pets, furry friends are always welcome here. They even feature Pets of Dunwoody on their socials. If someone's traveling with their four-legged family member, have them book a stay through whatsupdunwoody.com/hotels. That booking supports the podcast too. And for a list of pet-friendly events and activities, visit whatsupdunwoody.com/events. Tell them Woody sent you. Do you have any other speakers lined up? Like who else is on the docket for September?
Yeah, so
August?
We're planning on releasing that schedule very soon. So I won't give it all away, but we do plan to still have our candidate forum in October since it is an election year here and hoping to have the mayor give an address to the Dunwoody community either in September or kind of leading up to that candidate forum. So we're really excited. We do have some plans for the spring as well, trying to keep the speakers relevant to what's happening in the community at the time, like having Andrew Ziffer, the meeting prior to school starting. So really excited about that.
Have you been to a mayoral? Not mayoral. Have you been to the candidate forums before?
I have not. I've not been to one.
They're very important to the community, I feel like. And that's something that I guess kind of like fizzled out during COVID. It was never, I think they've tried to do it since then, but it was never as big. But they used to have it at the high school.
Right.
And it was, there was a lot of people there. And it was a good way to hear about like politics in the area because you're not going to read about it in the forum. And so there's not a whole lot of places to post who you're going to vote for and that kind of thing. And to learn. Like, I feel like the local elections are the more important elections. And I know a lot of people don't feel like that, but those are the ones that I prefer to vote in the most. Like I want to know who the city council is going to be, who the mayor is going to be.
Absolutely. And I'm really excited about that personally, because as you mentioned, it hasn't been as prevalent over the last few years. As somebody who's a newer Dunwoody resident, I haven't gotten to experience that, but 100%.
It's tough to find out information about them. It really is.
Yes. And your local government, in the same way your local organizations, they're the ones who are working for you. And so if you don't know who you're putting in seat or know who's going in seat or who's supporting you or speak up, then decisions are going to be made without you.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, anything else that you want to mention? What about, let's talk about the website. I know that that's a big thing for me with, having to back the parade, like being able to send somebody to a website that's supposed to be wonderful. Cap Concepts. Yeah.
Yes,
Cap
Cap
Concepts.
Concepts.
JCap's a friend of mine, and they do a great job. And so they have been put in charge of making this new website. I guess where else are we going to go with that? It's a cool website, right?
I'm really excited about the new website. As you mentioned, JCaps is doing our website. We're partnering with them. They've already sent out kind of the initial look and feel to kind of the team that Tim has assembled to review the website and give some initial feedback. And I think that's going to be another place where we just elevate our presence. And right
Yeah.
now, the website does its job, but it is a lot of dated information. Things get a little lost. Signing up for membership should be a lot easier. That way we can have
Yeah.
more members, and going to websites like the links within the parade. It'll be so much easier for next year. So we look forward to unveiling that in the next few months. It will be more user friendly. It'll be more consistent with our new logo, our new really overall vibe of the DHA. So that's a really exciting thing. We kind of talked about socials as well. So maybe I'll kind of speak to that right now. So our Instagram is at Dunwoody HOA, and we have been putting in a lot of effort at having weekly posts. During the beginning of the summer, we were doing every Wednesday a Did You Know? Because again, a lot of people just don't know certain things about the DHA and about the city of Dunwoody. And so we'll continue to carry some of that through. And that is where we're constantly posting about events and other things that are exciting, sharing from our other pages as well about the farmers market. We did a lot about the parade, and the upcoming Light Up Dunwoody information will be there. And then our Facebook, everything feeds into our Dunwoody Homeowners Association Facebook page, but it's also a little different. If you're following us, you may have noticed that another thing that I think has been really great is that we started doing notes from the president. So Tim Brown has a lot to say. We all know this about
That's
him.
a lot to say.
And so we have kind of put together this weekly opportunity where he can kind of have organized thoughts that he shares with the community about where we are. And I think the biggest thing is that we really want to make sure that the community sees what we're doing, knows the why, and kind of seeing how the sausage is made. There's no hidden agenda here. We just really want to help Dunwoody connect to Dunwoody. And so definitely check out our Facebook page, check out our Instagram page to see all of that. And we look forward to teasing out our website as soon as it's ready to go live.
Yeah. And I think the website will do a lot of good too, where you could be able to kind of give like a little synopsis. Maybe you could wear your applause little tag. Maybe we could both get one of those. I know that you're as into the AI stuff as I am,
sure.
and kind of consolidate the meetings and say this is what was talked about and put that on the website. And
there we go.
Social media is just such a big deal now that DHA is just an older crew and never really picked up on the social media. And now that you're doing it, I think that it's already creating a lot of attention for the DHA and bringing people to be like at least asking the question, what is this?
Right. We had 24,000 views in July on our Facebook page.
Nice.
And that is incredible. The percentage was like zeros were off.
That's probably as most as they have ever been. Yeah.
Right.
Total.
And some people have asked kind of what's your goal or what are you looking for to do? And for us, we have kind of unlimited goals, but really we just want to continue to increase that presence. So every month that we see that increase, our Instagram having so many more views and so much more partnership and collaboration with other organizations, it's been really great and really fun to do and see. And I am really excited. I'm hoping that when we start Summer Socials 2026, that it'll be a totally different vibe because we'll have a whole new membership pool, and people will come to celebrate the year and the summer with us.
Yeah. Dunwoody's got a lot of stuff to celebrate, especially recently.
I agree.
So, well, cool. Well, thanks for coming on. Thanks for all that you've done with the DHA. You've made a big difference. I promise you that. And we'll have to do this again sometime for episode number 4.
Yes. Sounds good. Thanks, Matt, so much. Thanks for having me.
All right. Thanks, Julia.